Clint Walker truly hated him more than anyone. Clint Walker, born Norman Eugene Walker on May 30th, 1927, in Hartford, Illinois, was raised during the Great Depression in a modest, hard-working household. His mother, Gladys Hollow Walker, was of Czech descent, while his father, Paul Arnold Walker, worked in an oil refinery. Growing up in a small industrial town, Walker developed a strong work ethic and a deep appreciation for the outdoors, qualities that would later define his on-screen persona. As a young man, Walker left school early to help support his family, taking on various jobs including work on a riverboat and in a factory. His imposing physique and natural athleticism made him well-suited for more adventurous roles. During World War II, he joined the United States Merchant Marine at just 17 years old. This experience shaped his disciplined and determined character. After the war, Walker explored several career paths, working as a doorman, sheet metal worker, and even an undercover private investigator. His striking 6 feet 6 inches frame, chisel features, and deep baritone voice eventually drew him toward Hollywood. Encouraged by friends, he moved to Los Angeles and took a job as a security officer at the Sand Hotel in Las Vegas. It was there that talent scouts noticed his rugged, all-American looks. With no formal acting training, Walker secured his first small roles, including an uncredited appearance as a Sardinian captain in the 1956 biblical epic, The Ten Commandments. His big break came when Warner Brothers cast him as Cheyenne in the television series Cheyenne, 1955 to 1963. The show was the first hour-long Western in television history, and Walker's portrayal of the stoic yet charismatic drifter won the hearts of audiences across America. His commanding screen presence, quiet integrity, and blend of physical prowess and gentle charm made him a standout. Despite the show's popularity, Walker faced contractual disputes with Warner Brothers, leading him to temporarily leave the series. This break allowed him to transition into feature films, where he starred in notable westerns and adventures such as Fort Dobbs, 1958, Yellowstone Kelly, 1959, and Gold of the Seven Saints, 1961. He also broke from the Western mold with roles in the war drama None But the Brave, 1965, directed by Frank Sinatra, and the survival film The Night of the Grizzly, 1966. One of his most memorable film roles was as Samson Posey in The Dirty Dozen, 1967, a mild-mannered but physically imposing convict on a dangerous World War II mission. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Walker continued making TV movies and guest appearances in westerns, remaining a beloved figure in the genre. He later lent his voice to projects like Small Soldiers, 1998, and made appearances at Western conventions. In 1971, Walker survived a harrowing near-death experience while skiing at Mammoth Mountain, California. He fell and was accidentally impaled by a ski pole, which pierced his heart. Pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital, he was miraculously revived. Doctor performed emergency surgery, and against all odds, Walker made a full recovery. Within 2 months, he was back at work. This extraordinary story of resilience only enhanced his image as a real-life hero. Walker's personal life included 3 significant marriages, each lasting roughly 2 decades. In 1948, he married Verna Garver. Their union produced a daughter, Rivalry Walker, born 1950, who became one of the first female airline pilots and broke barriers in aviation. The couple divorced in 1968. In 1974, Walker married Giselle Hennessy, finding renewed happiness. They shared 20 years together until her passing in 1994. In 1997, he married Susan Cavallari, who remained his devoted partner until his death. They settled in Grass Valley, California, where he enjoyed a quieter life. Known for his unique dietary preferences, Walker identified as a pescatarian, avoiding red meat while enjoying chicken and fish, particularly salmon. This choice reflected his commitment to health and longevity, setting him apart from the stereotypical rugged cowboy image. Politically, Walker was outspoken in his support for conservative values. In the 1964 presidential election, he endorsed Barry Goldwater, drawn to the candidate's emphasis on limited government, individual freedoms, and strong national defense, ideals that align with the self-reliant characters he portrayed. The rivalry with James Arness. Clint Walker and James Arness were two of the most iconic actors in the Western genre, both known for their towering stature, deep voices, and stoic portrayals of lawmen and gunslingers. However, behind the admiration they received from fans, Walker reportedly harbored a deep resentment toward Arness, star of Gunsmoke, 1955 to 1975. Both shows dominated the airwaves in the late 1950s and early 1960s, with their stars constantly compared. At 6 feet 6 inches, Walker prided himself on performing his own stunts and bringing authentic ruggedness to Cheyenne. Arness, at 6 feet 5 inches, enjoyed a longer-running series and greater mainstream success as Marshal Matt Dillon. Walker reportedly felt overshadowed, believing Hollywood favored Arness, who had been handpicked by John Wayne for the role. Walker had worked his way up from bit parts and manual labor, while Arness benefited from Wayne's powerful endorsement. Rumors also circulated of personality clashes. Walker saw himself as more approachable and blue-collar, while he perceived Arness as more reserved and Hollywood-connected. The longevity of Gunsmoke versus Walker's contractual struggles with Cheyenne further deepened the bitterness. Though Walker never publicly disparaged Arness, those close to him said he viewed the Gunsmoke star more as a rival than a peer. Final years and legacy. One of the most dramatic events in Walker's life was the 1971 skiing accident, which he miraculously survived. In his later years, his health declined, and he passed away on May 21, 2018, at age 90 in Grass Valley, California, from congestive heart failure. He was survived by his daughter Rivalry, wife Susan Cavalaria, grandson, and other family members. His twin sister, Lucille Westbrook, had passed away in 2000. Clint Walker's legacy as a Hollywood cowboy, action star, and real-life hero endures. Through Cheyenne, his memorable films, and his extraordinary personal resilience, he remains one of the most iconic and enduring figures of classic Western television and cinema.